This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have highlights from NorCal Championship football games, including St. Vincent de Paul taking on Argonaut, Central Catholic battling Bullard, and Folsom meeting mighty De La Salle.
Basketball highlights include Burbank and Weston Ranch, soccer with Elk Grove and Monterey Trail, and you'll meet the Christian Brothers girls basketball star doing all she can to help end violence in her community. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
To 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We start tonight with the Division II NorCal title game. The Central Catholic Raiders are 12-1 on the season and hoping to make it to the state title game if they can only pick up a win over Bullard from Fresno.
The Raiders feature Aiden Taylor, our all-around player of the year, and a sophomore quarterback, Tyler Wentworth, who has over 1,400 passing yards this season. The Raiders with a trip to the state title game on the line, playing Bullard on Friday night.
One win away, Central Catholic meets Bullard of Fresno for the NorCal Championship. Winner plays for the state title. The Raiders score on the opening drive, and the defense quickly brings the offense back on the field when Jalen Nichols gets his third interception of the season. Defense leading to offense as Julian Lopez gets the handoff, goes up the gut for the huge pickup. Lopez would score on a short punch-in. A couple plays later, it's 14-0 Raiders. Sophomore Tyler Wentworth doing big things for CC all season long. Here he is from about 25 yards out, getting taken down just short of the goal line. Central Catholic has a guy by the name of Aiden Ponyboy Taylor, who's pretty good at getting into the end zone. That's number 34 on the season for him. It's 21-0 Central Catholic. Bullard gets on the board with just over 6 minutes to go in the half. Roland Russo over the middle to Wendell Ware, 21-7 Central Catholic. But Ponyboy gets those points right back. The Raiders at midfield when Ponyboy hightails it past everyone. This would go on to be Taylor's third touchdown, and we are still in the first half. It's 28-13 Raiders at the half, third quarter. Wentworth rolling left before finding a crossing Romeo Atiki. CC scores on the drive to take a 14-point lead into the fourth quarter, where Bullard starts to cause some trouble. Knights quarterback Roland Russo having no problem throwing into the thick fog, finds Dazen Allen in the end zone to cut the lead to 7. Bullard needing a stop, but Ponyboy gets let out of the pen and is off to the races. He gets knocked out of bounds just short of the end zone, but scores on the drive. Bullard responds with a touchdown, and then this happens. Russo, again through the fog, connects with Jaden Davis, and if you can believe it, he stays on his feet on his way in for 6. 41-31 Central Catholic. Anthony Wildenberg, with 4 minutes to go in the game, nails a 32-yarder, which ends up being the difference in this game after Bullard scores on the final drive to make it a 44-41 game. Raiders hold on for the NorCal title and will play Modern Day Catholic for the state title Friday at Saddleback College.
It feels great. Something we've been waiting for a long time to do the senior year, just kind of a senior campaign. And it's just we're all coming together as brothers and just doing our thing.
The Sutter Huskies hosting the San Marin Mustangs. Could the team from Novato pull out the win on the road? Early on, QB Joey Cook airs it out to a speedy receiver, Andrew Abil, who hauls in the pass for a 35-yard touchdown, 7-0 Mustangs. After a Sutter turnover, San Marin went back to the ground, and Justin Gwynn did not disappoint, cutting up the gray turf on his way to a 35-yard touchdown, 14-0 Mustangs. Then the all-versatile back gets the call again. In the second quarter, Gwynn is in for his second TD of the night. It's now 21-0 at the half. In the third, Sutter needs a pick-me-up, and they got it on the defensive side of the ball. The pass goes off the receiver's hands and into D'Angelo Acosta's hands for the Huskies. He runs around for a bit and is finally taken down. Still in the third quarter, and heck, it's the NorCal Finals. Bust out the trick plays, why don't you? Sutter goes with a fancy-looking Statue of Liberty. Trevor Eck to Nick Fisher, and he's off the ball behind his back before they knew it. He's gone. 33 yards later, he's in just about untouched, and Sutter is on the board. San Marin would counter with this play. Cook rolls to his right, sets up and throws a strike to Abil, and there he goes. Abil even goes heads up with the defender at the goal line. He's now in. 28-7 Mustangs. Getting late in the fourth quarter, Sutter looking for more points, but the man of the night, Justin Gwynn, leaps in front of the pass and picks it off. Gwynn has a lane and has room to roam. 56 yards later, he would not be denied. San Marin wins big on the road and is heading to state. After the game, we caught up with senior Ulysses Alvarez.
We weren't really supposed to be here today. Paradise was a good team, and somehow we came up top. And San Marin, a great team. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. We knew it was going to happen. But I love my boys.
On Thursday night, the Stag Delta Kings taking on the Tracy Bulldogs as both teams try to look for their first win of the season. We start in the second half. Bulldogs trailing 19-18 as Logan Hawk looks to take the lead. A little spin move there to score the two to make it 20-19. However, the Delta Kings would answer right back. Josh Chavez bumping his defender and rising up for the score. They retake the lead 21-20. Late in the third, both teams keeping it close, but Hawk comes up with the steal, taking it himself to make it look easy for the go-ahead two, and Tracy extends its lead to 7. The Kings try to counter right back, but the ball is going to be tipped by DJ Jones, and he quickly passes it to Hawk, who hits the 3 to go up 10, making it 32-22. The Bulldogs trying to further their lead now, but the big man Chavez has something to say about that. He easily comes up with the steal and attacks the basket for 2 to make it an 8-point game. Now in the fourth, this is where the Bulldogs started pushing on the gas, only leading by 10. DJ Asa passes it to Jones, who then tosses it to Mason Davis, who sets up for the corner 3 and nails it to make the score 39-26. The Delta Kings just couldn't seem to stop the Bulldogs passing attack, who sets up Malcolm Akamian for the easy 3-point shot, and that will just about do it as Tracy puts up 19 points in the fourth quarter and gets their first win of the season.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. A very sweet moment at the start of the West Kimball girls soccer match. The West soccer team presents Kimball head coach Ron Hatley with a picture of Coach Hatley's wife Eunice, who passed away this year. The Tracy community is a strong one. And now to the game. The West Wolfpack get on the board in the third minute when Emma Valdez with the left foot goes top shelf. It's 1-0 West. About 10 minutes later, Alyssa Gugliacci jumps free, leads Natalie Diaz-Aguayo into the box. Natalie beats the goalie, leaving the net open, and you can count it. We are tied up at the 13th minute mark. 5 minutes to go before the half. Emily Chacon is the free kick. It's headed a couple times before Mia Laval brings it to the ground and chops it past everyone. That goal tips the score back in favor of the Jags. So the Wolfpack looking to equalize it just minutes to go before the half. Jag goalie Perla Medina Cook gets her fingertips on it and secures the ball. It's 2-1 Kimball at the half, and the Jags extend the lead when yet again Chacon's free kick finds Laval. Mia is a menace. That's her second goal. It's 3-1 Jaguars. That is until the 65th minute. Nicole 11 passes up the middle and into the box for Marcella to Bankura, and Marcella does not miss. The Wolfpack now face just a 1-goal deficit and spend a lot of time in front of the Jag net late in this game, but there's not enough time left on the clock for a comeback as that final West shot sails high, and Kimball wins this one 3-2 with a 2-goal game from Laval and 12 saves from Cook Medina.
Time now for the Players of the Week. These players are chosen for their standout performances from games played last week. We just saw Julian Lopez and his Central Catholic Raiders from the NorCal Championship game. Well, Julian is our first Player of the Week tonight from his dominant performance in the section title against Monterey Trail. Julian had 16 carries, tallying up 148 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Our second Player of the Week is Jemai East from Vanden High School. Jemai is an integral part of both the offense and defense for Vanden. In the section title game against Merced, Jemai caught 5 passes for 86 yards. 3 of those catches were in the end zone. Jemai scored one more time on defense with a pick 6. Congratulations to Jemai East and Julian Lopez, this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's Dr. Stephen Weiss with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
A concussion is a brain injury typically caused by a direct hit to the head, face, or neck. There are over 3 million reported sports-related. A concussion is a brain injury typically caused by a direct hit to the head, face, or neck. There are over 3 million reported sports-related concussions per year. Football, wrestling, soccer, and basketball players are at the highest risk. A prior concussion puts you at anywhere from 2 to 8 times the risk of having another concussion. You don't need to be knocked unconscious to have a concussion. A headache is the most common symptom, but also dizziness, loss of balance, nausea, visual changes, confusion, or difficulty concentrating can also occur. If you suffer a concussion, you should not return to play the same day. Return to play must be cleared by your athletic trainer or doctor.
Coming up, our first Sun Power Electric game, the Folsom De La Salle rematch in the Division I AA championship game.
Then we head to the hardwood for Cosumnes Oaks and Vacaville when 49ers Sac-Hi Sports returns.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like the Tracy Family Resource Center, who serve the local community. To reach our goal, we'll donate $50 for every vehicle sold. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Here at Levi Stadium in the NBC Sports Studio with the matchup between two of the top teams in Northern California. Folsom and De La Salle played each other during the regular season, the Spartans winning that one 31-10.
So this is kind of a rematch.
Yeah, it's a rematch, and it's a big rematch.
Kind of a big deal. Here are the Bulldogs and Spartans meeting with a trip to the state title game on the line. It's our SunPower Electric game. Our Parker Ream was in Concord Friday night.
Electric game.
Parker Ream here at De La Salle High School. It's the rematch that was destined to happen. I take you back to week 7, where Folsom took on the Spartans in what was thought to be the possible power shift in Northern California. But De La Salle shut down those rumors very quickly with a 31-10 win on the road. Now the Spartans get the Bulldogs at home for round 2. The last time Tyler Tremaine was knocked out in the third quarter and has slowly but surely returned to the superstar form he's always been on Folsom's miraculous road back to the big stage. We'll see who comes down with the win and heads to Southern California in round 2 of this epic matchup. It's Folsom taking on De La Salle in this week's SunPower Electric game. Let's get right into this epic game. Can Folsom pull the upset? First quarter, De La Salle eager to answer no to that question. A pitch to Zeke Berry, but it's not a run. He airs it out to Malik Viewens, who's wide open for the 55-yard score. Spartans strike first. De La Salle, they got the onside kick, scored once more to make it 14-0, and Folsom would need an answer. Well, here's your answer. Rico Flores Jr. with the one-handed catch to set up Folsom in plus territory, and they convert. Tyler Tremaine firing to Austin McMillan, who comes up with a nice catch, 14-7 after 1. Second quarter, Luke Durman tries to add to the lead, but DJ Brown has other plans. He comes up with the interception, and Folsom has the momentum later in the drive. Tyler Tremaine takes advantage of the turnover, bouncing outside, then inside to dive into the end zone. Both teams tied at 14 at the half. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. We go. Folsom came out swinging. It's Tyler Tremaine once more, bouncing to his left and up the sideline for the score, his second rushing score of the day. 21-14, Bulldogs take their first lead of the night. We head to the fourth. Tremaine drops back, and a dart to Walker Lyons is caught, but the ball comes loose. Ronald Pierce picks it up. Zeke Berry was saying it was incomplete, and I'm sure he'll take the scoop and score. It's all the same, 21-all. So the Bulldogs go to work and drive all the way down the field. 2 minutes left. It's Tremaine again punching it in from 3 yards out. Folsom takes the lead 28-21, but De La Salle with the 2-minute drill to perfection. Durman drops back and unloads one to Zeke, and he comes down with it. At least I think the ball comes loose, but they rule it a touchdown. They just need the extra point to tie, but that's too easy. Let's try a 2-point conversion. Berry off the edge, trying to go ahead with a minute and a half to go, but the Bulldogs make the stop as Folsom beats De La Salle for the first time in school history to take the CIF D1 AA state championship.
I'll remember this day forever. Just beating De La Salle, a team that this school has never beat, I'll remember this day forever, and it's a team win.
We're going to the ship, we're going to the ship, we're going to the ship.
Brian Mueller checking in from Vacaville Tuesday night, where the Bulldogs were hosting Cosumnes Oaks. The Wolfpack had the early lead, but Vacaville on the attack. Callie Hedrick to Brindley Hedrick, then back to Callie. 2 Hedricks equals 2 points for the Bulldogs. Cosumnes Oaks has some sharpshooters, though. Isabel Tan with the trifecta, 11-2 Wolfpack. Early second quarter now, Rihanna Dacus with the long ball to Tan. Another three. It's a 17-point lead. Final 30 seconds of the half. Kendra Yip, yes sir, another one from downtown. Kasumnes takes a 31-11 lead into the half. To the third now. Tan takes this pass, and she has a clear path to the hoop for two. But the Bulldogs would start to bite back in the fourth. Katie Driscoll gets it to Nicole Taylor. That falls, and Vacaville starting to make a push. Then it's the Hedricks working it down low to Maggie Lopez. She gives it back to Brinley for the lay-in, and the Bulldogs are closing the gap. But the Wolfpack just keep that precision shooting percolating. Emily Coe gets it to go. Then it's Yip putting on a show around the world and through the hoop, and Kasumnes Oaks wins this one 48-25. Tan with a game-high 18.
Our team's really good shooters. Since we don't have a lot of bigs, we're really short, so we're really good at shooting,
Mark Willis reporting on the Jesuit and Cordova soccer match. This is the Marauders season opener. As for Cordova, they have not lost a game in 3 contests. Early on, no score. Jesuit with the corner kick. Caleb Asari sends it towards the goal, but keeper Kevin Hernandez with the nice play to stop the cross from happening. In the 22nd minute of the game, Jesuit gets on the board. Asfari with the ball crosses it to his big target, Will Sargent, who redirects a shot into the goal just past the keeper, 1-0 Marauders. In the 44th minute, Jesuit at it again. This is Kellen Jacat, who shows us why you just don't give up on a play. Shoots it off the goalie, stays with it, and puts it in. 2-0 Marauders. Check it out. It's Jesuit superfan Sam checking out the action. Now in the 61st minute of play, Caleb Asfari once again with the corner kick, and once again Will Sargent with the header. His second goal of the day, 3-0 Jesuit. Jesuit looking to add one more goal, but check out this great defensive play by Sebastian Torres Garcia of Cordova, who uses his foot to clear it out. The would-be goal. Nice job by Sebastian as Jesuit wins 1-0.
Coming up, this week's inspirational athlete, Leah Nelson from the Christian Brothers girls basketball team.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section girls basketball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Our winter sports coverage continues tonight with the Reston Ranch Cougars taking on the Burbank Titans. Weston Ranch won a NorCal title back in 2020, earning a trip to the state title game, but states were canceled due to COVID that year, so the Cougars are looking to get back there, led by junior Elijah Mobley, who has scored 34 points in his first 2 games this season.
Very impressive. Amari Nesbitt scored 24 points in the Burbank Titans' first game of the season. A strong matchup in the Murdoch-Smith tournament played at Grant High School on Thursday.
Brian Mueller checking in from Grant High Thursday night for a first-round game in the Doc Smith Tournament of Champions between Weston Ranch and Burbank. First quarter, Amari Nesbitt comes up with the steal, and he'll take it from here, hits the jumper to give the Titans a 2-point lead. Later in the quarter, Richard Banks on the run, leaves it for Christian Holmes, who lays it in, plus the foul. The Cougars have a 2-point lead. Second quarter now, as you'll continue to see, this was a back-and-forth, fast-paced game. Holmes gets the miss, ahead to Elijah Mobley for the lay-in. Titans strike back. Isaiah Griffin on the run, and the sweet pull-up jumper at the free throw line. It's a 5-point lead for Burbank. To the third now, tied at 41. Holmes unties it with this stroll through the lane for a bucket. Later in the quarter, the Cougars go coast to coast with 2 passes in about 2 seconds. Holmes to Banks to Mobley. Western Ranch up by 1. No one could pull away in this one. It's the fourth quarter now. Ty Harrison whips it to Robert Holt. We're tied again. That was still the case with just under 30 seconds left in the game. Banks gets the steal, then the putback himself, and the Cougars have a 2-point lead with 18 seconds left. But that's more than enough time for Nesbitt to operate. He drives hard to the hoop and is fouled. He would make both free throws with 1.5 seconds left to send the game to overtime. In the extra session, Isaiah Griffin with the steal, outlets to Nesbitt, and he unloads. The slamma-jamma puts the Titans up 4. Back come the Cougars. Elliott Mobley somehow gets this shot to go to cut the lead to 2, but he barely has a chance to get up before Burbank comes blowing by. Griffin again. Titans on top by 4. Final 10 seconds of the game now. Western Ranch needs a 3 to tie, but the Titan defense is airtight, and Burbank wins a thriller 88-85. Here's Omari on those game-tying free throws.
I practice free throws all the time at my house, so like when I was during the free throws, I was just thinking about at home. Just keep on shooting and relax and be patient. That's all.
Western Sierra Collegiate Academy taking on Atwater in the 5th annual NorCal Tip-Off Boys Tournament. I'm Mark Willis. We pick up the action in the third quarter. Check out the beautiful no-look pass from Cam Frazier to Leo Cabrero. Down low for 2. Atwater in the white jerseys. Atwater on the break now. This time Cameron Frazier is on the receiving end of the nice pass from Colton Dukes. Frazier puts it in. 28 points in the game for Cam. Nice ball movement from Western Sierra here as Nick Franti down low to Nathan Kleins and under to Cameron Bile, who puts it in. It's now Dukes with the steal, and he's going to go all the way to the hoop. It's good, and the Falcons lead by 35. Check out the nice ball control by Tyler Parr. The assist came from Colin Williams. Parr with the hoop and the harm. When Lawrence Lau from Wisca grabs the loose ball and takes it to the hoop with the left-hand runner, it's good. Lau had 8 in the game. Cam is off and running again. This time, the senior shows a nice presence and body control to finish with the left hand. The Falcons are showing us why they are defending league champs. Now on the break, once again, Atwater to Garcia. He finds Dukes, who scores underneath the hoop. Colton Dukes had 27 in the contest, and that would do it. Atwater Falcons looking impressive on this night.
Each week, we bring you stories of athletes who inspire us.
For Christian Brothers girls basketball star Leah Nelson, spreading positivity has always been her mission. Our sports reporter Parker Ream shows us how she's giving a voice to the voiceless, both on and off the court.
We so often hear the saying, stick to sports, nowadays. For one Christian Brothers basketball player, she's doing anything but sticking to sports, although they are a pretty big part of her life.
Baseball, I picked flowers, and so basketball is the only one that I was really interested in.
And lucky for her, too. You know, no flowers to pick in basketball. You can't.
No flowers.
Leah made the varsity basketball team last year as a freshman and led the Falcons in scoring. You think teams are going to prepare for you this year?
I mean, they probably should. That's what I would say.
Her actions on the court spoke volumes, but it was her actions off the court that spoke even louder.
When I was younger, I started a program called Because I Care 11, and that started when I was in 5th grade, and it's kind of grown with me into the person that I am now.
Leah's program, Because I Care 11, started with a simple message.
It started with just positivity and kindness.
And it grew into so much more, right alongside Leah.
And as I grew older and got more interested in racial things and in political subjects and stuff like that, it's grown up with me.
In 2016, Leah came to her dad, Charles Nelson, with an idea as they sat watching the TV.
It was when the police officers were shot in Dallas.
At 11 years old, Leah sensed a need for change.
And she came to me and she had this idea of like, I'm going to make these bracelets and give them to people and encourage them to do something nice. So mind you, I have this 11-year-old girl sitting in front of me telling me this idea, as in the background, you're seeing all this civil unrest.
The idea became a movement. Hashtag Because I Care served as a reminder to spread happiness and positivity no matter the circumstance.
I will admit it, like my daddy eyes watered up. And so she borrowed her little brother's Matchbox car set. She used the case, made a bunch of bracelets.
But it didn't stop there.
All of a sudden it went from just, hey, I can take this bracelet and do something kind for someone else, to I can now capture and create a moment where I can do a lot of really, really cool things.
And there were a lot of cool things.
There was a man that was about to lose his house after a hurricane in Houston. She paid the rent for him. She's done a basketball camp here for kids that are at St. John's. She's thrown a birthday party for homeless kids. She took a group of at-risk kids to go see Black Panther for free.
The list goes on, but the message remained the same throughout the years.
Understanding that people have differences and just understanding that we can speak from a place of kindness and speak from a place of trying to understand another perspective.
By continuing to push positivity in every aspect of her life, she encouraged her friends to help join the movement. Her friend and teammate, Leah, has been there every step of the way.
Well, when she had events, I would go and help out and just like support her and help, like when she made bracelets for the things, I'd help her make bracelets and stuff like that, and just like supporting her with that program.
Motivated by the support of those around her, Leah knows she has a platform as a high school athlete and a possible D1 athlete.
I know that I have my little cousins that look up to me, my little brother that looks up to me, and I know that that's something that keeps me going. And so making sure that they're always going to have a positive role model, whether that's on the news or in social media or stuff like that.
Leah's legacy will remain in sports in the future, just in a different way.
Winter sports are on their way, and CB women's basketball is preparing to dominate this season.
Leah served as a Kings Kids reporter for 2 years, and it's safe to say she's built up quite the resume already. Besides maybe taking my job in the future, Leah wants to continue to use her voice through journalism.
Because I want to be able to give a voice to the voiceless, especially for me as a young Black kid growing up, that we have role models on TV that we can look up to and see.
As for Leah's legacy, she'll always be a game changer, even long after she laces those shoes up for the final time. Reporting in Sacramento, Parker Reen, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Now, Leah says she thinks the Falcons have a good chance at making a run in playoffs this year and is excited to begin her sophomore season. Doing great work in her community.
Yeah, good for her. All right, coming up, our Mattress Firm Perfect Match is the big-time girls basketball game with Vanden and St. Mary's.
But first, here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the drill team from Rockland High School.
We've got a problem, America. Junk sleep. It's what you get from a bed that isn't right for you. Keep calling Kevin Keith. Junk sleep. Left your laptop on the bus. Junk sleep. Can't straight think? Slunk Jeep. What you need is real sleep. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, did you get out of the wrong side of bed this morning? Or the wrong bed altogether? Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Welcome back to Levi's Stadium. The St. Mary's Rams have yet another very strong girls basketball team this season with 5 players committed to playing Division I college hoops. Jordan Lee has offers from multiple Pac-12 schools, and she's just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. St. Mary's taking on Vanden Monday night. The reigning Monticello Empire League champs are led by junior captain Alyssa Jackson. Mattress Firm wants to find you a mattress that is your perfect match, and each week we scour the section for the biggest game of the week. This week, St. Mary's and Vanden is the Mattress Firm perfect match.
The student section was hyped as the Rams got set to take on the Vanden Vikings, and it was a good one Monday night. First quarter, Jordan Lee gets us started off. A nice cut to the basket leads to an open layup as the Rams got out to an early lead, but Vanden showed some fight, down 15-8 here. Kiari Roberts dishes it to Gabby Wright, who gets it to go, plus the foul. Vikings trail by 5. St. Mary's would expand their lead, though, in the second quarter, up 31-12. Jordan pushes it up the court to Nia Anderson, who buries that one from 3, 34-12. Still in the second. How about some defense? The steal by Jordan stays in, sees some open court. Says, I'll just take this one myself. A silky smooth mid-range jumper. Rams on a roll. 1 minute left in the half. Nia Bunton getting fancy with the handles. The double team comes and she makes a smart pass to a wide open Natalie Munoz, and she drains it from beyond the arc. St. Mary's takes a 41-16 lead into the half. First possession in the second, it's Anderson driving in the lane. She gets that tough finish to go. And then on the next possession, it's the sweet reverse layup. Anderson had it working early in the second half, up 47-21. Jordan Lee wants in on the action again. She steps back. When you're on a roll, you're on a roll. Later in the quarter, Vanden trying to make this a game once again. Kiari Roberts backing down in the post. A strong move to the basket. No good on the first attempt, but she's there for the cleanup. But St. Mary's, they were just too much at home. A minute left in the third, and that's Bunton with the floater in the lane. Now to the fourth, Vanden, they found their groove towards the end of this game. Here's Alyssa Jackson with a nice spin move for the easy bucket, but Brooklyn Perry gets the 3-ball in the corner, and that one is butter. Drains it as St. Mary's wins the foundation game 82-59 behind Jordan Lee's 23 points. Parker Ream coming to you with our Mattress Firm Perfect Match at St. Mary's High School with the girls basketball team that got the win over Vanden. Let's hear from some of the girls. Brooklyn, you know, in this game, you guys had great success from the three-point line. What was the secret to your success?
I think it's just everyone working together, and it's just about trusting each other's our teammates, and it's just all about effort.
Jordan, we head over to you, the team's leading point getter. You know, what was working on your end?
Kind of just a team effort. Coach Ali really emphasizes that we move as one hand, so that really helped us all, and just kind of, it's a team. I mean, basketball has no I, it has no me. It's just all of us together.
Sounds good. A team effort here at St. Mary's. What are your expectations for this team?
A state championship, that's always expected, and make sure we're always developing as a team. Coach Ali always talks about working as a hand, so that's very key. So we just got to keep the energy.
This is a pretty good start, so I think I'll let them lead it off. St. Mary's.
The Woodland Wolves host the Buck Bailey tournament, drawing Woodland Christian in the first round Thursday, and their crosstown foe jumped right on top. Wyatt Rumfelt with the inbound pass to Kiki Kungu, and the junior lands the tray. The Cardinals jump out to a 14-0 run to start this one off. Keon Satterfield gets the board and the score. 12-5 Woodland Christian after one, but the Wolves bounce back. Santana Munoz drives through traffic. Munoz draws the foul to make it a 14-12 game. The Cardinals still holding on to their lead as Rumfelt goes the length of the court, dodging a defender with a Euro step. 20-14 Cardinals with just seconds left in the half. Munoz to a wide open Jace Williams, and that is drained. 2017 Woodland Christian at the half, but the Wolves get their first lead of the night in the third quarter and take a 5-point lead on the Andy Paredes triple, but Woodland Christian is a feisty bunch. Kungu knocks the ball loose, gets the steal, but hold the phone, Paredes comes back with a vengeance. We have a good one here. Rumfelt drives from the top of the key and lands the floater. Wyatt's shot cuts the Wolves' lead to 2, but with a minute and a half left, Carter inbox steal and Munez's bucket extends the Woodland lead to 8, and that was enough for the Wolves as they win the first game of the Buck Bailey tournament 44-36, and Munoz talks about that second half comeback.
So, I mean, the game plan was to just attack. That's what we did as a team, and we did it good. Get them in foul trouble, and that's how we won the game.
Back out to the NorCal Tip-Off Tournament, Laguna Creek and Whitney met. I'm Mark Willis reporting. Opening basket goes to this guy, A.D. Struthers, who goes behind his back on the way to the hoop and lays it in and gets the foul for Laguna Creek. Whitney would answer. Boston Graff lobs it over to the top. John Daly, who gathers it and puts it up and in. The Laguna Creek Cardinals would answer right back as KJ Ramey dials up long distance. Game tied at 5. Whitney on the attack. Elijah Samdahl comes up with the offensive rebound and puts it back in with the left hand. Wildcats lead at 16-12. Whitney on the break. Graff leading the charge. Gets it to Daly, who can't finish but gets his own miss and puts it back up and in, all in one stride. Cats up 6. Laguna keeping up the quick pace with the threes. Gavin Abison knocks down a three-pointer from the wing, but Whitney still in the lead. With time winding down the first half, Tyrone Brown drives and kicks it out to Boston Graff, who knocks down the three as time expires in the half. Whitney up 7. Laguna Creek would start the third quarter with another triple. This time Dante Walsh from the outside, 4-point game. Whitney would build the lead up to 9 when Samdahl finds Graff on the backdoor cut. Nicely executed play there. Whitney looking for more, but check out this block by the Creeks. Struthers, a nice play on the D, turns into points on the offense as Struthers finds Ramey, who swoops in for 2. But the night would be Whitney's night as Boston Graff attacks from the wing, pulls up, and knocks down the mid-range jumper as the Wildcats win 43-29, as Whitney's Gap had 23 in the game.
Coming up, Jesuit and St. Mary's meet in boys basketball.
Then Christian Brothers and Grant battle in girls basketball.
Back at Levi Stadium with another boys hoops matchup being played in Stockton. We saw the St. Mary's girls basketball team earlier. Well, the boys are also strong this year as they get set to face Jesuit. The senior John Parasso will be one to keep an eye on for the Rams.
Yeah, he's really good. Jesuit has a very talented junior of their own in Andre Stojakovic, whose dad you might know as former Sacramento Kings basketball star Peja Stojakovic. The Marauders looking to pen up the Rams in the game played on Monday night.
Parker Ream coming to you from St. Mary's High School as Jesuit got set to take on the Rams. First quarter, the Marauders came out swinging. Jaden Teat drives in, and the heads-up pass to the corner finds Owen Ubaldo for the wide-open 3. Splash, he drains it, but the Rams hung in there. Alain Castillon finds Roy Itkavici inside, and a fadeaway. Dirk-esque. Marauders up 15-8 now. The rebound corralled by Skylar Strickland, and he does it all. Coast to coast, he goes, finishing at the rim, and one opportunity on the nice play right there. To the second quarter we go. Jesuit wouldn't go away. The ball is poked loose by Gabe Berry. Jaden ahead to Andre Stojakovic with the one-handed flush, making it look easy. Marauders up 19-13 now. It's the football star, Kai Wallen. Welcome back to the court. He muscles his way inside for the easy 2. Both teams tied at 23 at the half. Third quarter, St. Mary's starting to assert themselves. Here's Roy getting low in the post, muscling his way for the bucket. Then on the next possession, he can do it all. Stops and pops for 3. He drains it. Rams were rolling, but in the third quarter, both teams wanted this game bad. Trey Carrito ahead to Stan Ustach, but Stojakovic comes out of nowhere for the emphatic block. The best offense. It's a good defense, and that holds true right here. Up ahead to Owen for the easy lay-in, but St. Mary's clutched up in the final moments. This is Trey on the break. The nasty crossover and the speed to the bucket. Lays it in, and he's hyped. Then Roy adds the finishing touches with a block of his own and 25 points to lead all scorers as St. Mary's gets the win.
We want to go as far as we can deep in the playoffs. If we can go to state, we'll go all the way to state. That's our goal, as far as we can.
Nick Pecoraro in Elk Grove Tuesday for some girls hoops. It's Sheldon at Laguna Creek. Here we go, first quarter. On the inbound, it's Alicia Enriquez with the alley, Array Young with the oop to get the Cardinals going, and then it's Young going coast to coast, returning the favor to Enriquez with a no-look dime in traffic. But Sheldon has a nice backcourt tandem too. Brianna Kimmins with a nice drive and dish to Jayla Patterson for 3. Huskies within 5 after 1. But Laguna turned up the defensive heat in the second. Young steps into the lane and heads the other way, finishing with a nice Euro step. She had 16 points in the second quarter alone. Sheldon trying to hang tight as Patterson finds Kimmins this time for 3 to beat the halftime horn. Those two had 18 apiece for Sheldon. Second half, Young on the attack, eyes always up as she dribbles, finding Zoe Tillery for the J, and then Tillery does it on her own this time, between the legs, step back 3. Zoe had 22 on Tuesday. Laguna was up by 40 in the third, but they weren't done. Olivia McMurray to a cutting Enriquez, who dishes a hot one to Jakayla Gilmer, and Laguna Creek wins big, 82-49. Here's Array Young, who led everyone with 28 points.
I feel like our team chemistry on the court shows. We have a lot of fun with each other. It brings out all of the fun in the game. With the coaching, has everybody in the crowd and the bench in the game. So I feel like that's what I'm most excited about this year, just getting to know the girls, having fun playing basketball with my last year.
Sam Berg reporting here, and it's Thursday night soccer between the Rockland Thunder and the Lincoln Fighting Zebras. And it was a clinic for the goalkeepers. The Zebras were looking to put one on the board early, but sliding in there is the Thunder's Darren Gray to knock the ball away. Great block there. But when the Thunder were trying to make a push towards the goal, it would be Alex Smith flying in for the grab. But with 1 minute to go in the first half, Isaiah Eberhardt passes one up for Ryan Mello, and with a couple dribbles, he bangs it into the back of the net for the goal. The Fighting Zebras would get on the board as Mello sure ain't acting mellow. He's hyped up as he's getting love from his teammates. The score would be 1-0 Lincoln at the half. Second half we go, and Lincoln was looking to pick up right where they started. Noah Smith passes one to Zach Giles. He rears up for the kick, but psych! There's Darren Bray once again with a dive to his left for the stop. He may have stopped the Zebras this time, but Giles was looking for some redemption. Ryder Chris's pass jukes out Bray, and Giles is there to put it in the net. No stopping that one. The Zebras certainly had some fight in them tonight as they would go up 2-0 in this one, showing why they were 3-0 coming into this game. The Thunder were looking to answer back. The place kick by Blake Corsi is headed for the goal. There's a little bit of a scramble for it, but Alex Smith is there to pounce on it, and that would seal the deal. The Fighting Zebras remain undefeated and get their fourth shutout in a row with a final score of 2-0.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Aiden Taylor from Central Catholic, the amazing running back and linebacker sports and a great 4.1 GPA.
Very impressive. Coming up, the Argonaut Mustangs continue their dream season with a shot at a NorCal title.
But first, here is this week's Cal Hope mental health tip.
The best call against the pandemic is to wear a mask or face shield in public. You can play a role in stopping the spread by following the guidelines for social distancing and washing your hands often. We're all on the team to stop COVID-19. You can make a difference.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm's Cyber Week sale and wake up a better you. Shop in-store or online and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. And you can shop with confidence with our low price guarantee. Only at Mattress Firm, the official sleep partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now, what's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months, a year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
The Argonaut Mustangs are set to host the St. Vincent de Paul Mustangs for the CIF Division VI AA Regional Championship game on Friday. Argonaut beat Rosemont in the section championship last week, and one more win means a shot at a state title.
The do or die game is our second Sun Power Electric game tonight. Our Brian Mueller was there.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, it is a battle for the north here in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains for our Sun Power Electric game on Friday night. Jackson is the setting for this 6AA semifinal game between St. Vincent and host Argonaut. It's also a battle of the Mustangs, and just like their mascots, both of these teams like to keep things on the ground. Argonaut averages nearly 300 yards a game rushing, and it's a balanced attack. Not a single 1,000-yard rusher, but a variety of talented ball carriers, including QB Bo Davis. As for St. Vincent, they have a clear workhorse in Kai Hall. The junior running back has gone for more than 1,400 yards and 20 touchdowns. Let's get to our Sun Power Electric game. Argonaut trying to make their first state championship game in school history, but it's St. Vincent getting off to the hot start. Dante Antonini dancing around in the backfield before he finds an opening, and he is gone for a 75-yard score. 6-0 Mustangs, but the Mustangs from Argonaut answer on their first drive. Bo Davis keeps it himself and plows in for the short score. PAT is good, and Argonaut takes a 7-6 lead. Still in the first, Argonaut on the attack again, and again it's Davis. This one from a little farther out, but same result, 14-6 Mustangs from Jackson. They would add another score to make it 21-6 at the half, but the other Mustangs wouldn't tumble under the pressure. Jared Bosarge, a quick hitter to Jack Davis. The 2-point attempt would fail, so it's 21-12. Later in the third, Argonaut continues to stay grounded. Mateo Flores busts this run wide open. He stiff arms his way into the red zone. 138 yards rushing for Mateo. Then Caleb McElfish finishes off the drive with a short TD run. 28-12 Argonaut late in the third. St. Vincent would have to start passing the ball, and that's when the Argonaut D went to work. Josiah Sanders doing everything on this play, tips the ball to himself and then picks it. That would lead to another Argonaut score on the ground. Davis with touchdown number 3, 35-12. St. Vincent trying to respond, but the Argonaut defense comes up big again. Chase Yochime with the INT, and Argonaut is sitting pretty. The Mustangs turned that pick into points as well. McElfish with another score, and that would do it. Argonaut wins 42-12, and they will play for their first state championship in school history.
It's insane. It's making history for our school, for our town, for our league. You know, not many people have done this. I don't know if anyone's ever got as far in another league, and it's a nice feeling.
Reporting in Jackson, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
The Franklin Yellow Jackets traveling up to Woodland to play in the Buck Bailey Classic, drawing Rodriguez in the first round. First quarter, Justice Armstrong Wilson gets the rebound, goes on the fast break, Wilson lays it up, and the Mustangs jump out to a commanding lead. Leroy Bryant to an open Jarrell Victor Rodriguez goes up 22-2 in the first quarter. The Yellow Jackets, Pablo Sorio pivots a couple times before floating it up and banking it off the glass, but on the other end of the court, Joseph Gould passes to Oliver Williams. That's 2 for Williams, who extends the Mustang lead back to 18. Rodriguez looking for more here, but Adrian Casillas isn't having it. 22-6 Mustangs after 1, and in the second quarter, Zach Hemiot gets his own rebound, making the most of his second chance while drawing the foul in the process. It's a 25-point Mustang lead at the half. Third quarter, a dribble behind his back, and Leroy Bryant pulls up for the very long J. With a last name like that, no wonder he walks away with a game-high 14. Franklin still holding in there. Sorio passes to Yahir Tafoya, who dumps it off to Muhammad Kamara, but this game was all Mustangs from start to finish. Vernon Jesuit spins it off the rim and in. Rodriguez improves to 3-2 on the season with the 72-22 win in the Buck Bailey Classic.
Parker Ream coming to you from Grant High School, where we had some girls hoops action Wednesday night. Christian Brothers taking on Grant, and in the first quarter, Leah Nelson dumping it to Kaya Foster, pulling up from mid-range, and she drains it. Falcons rolling early, then it's Jada Hunter taking it all by herself, driving into the paint. A nice job shielding that ball, laying it up and in, but Grant wouldn't make this an easy game on their home court. Termawanique Smalls pokes that ball away, and she's all alone, lays that one up and in. The Pacers hanging in tough in the second quarter. CB up 14-9. Samia Smith gets the outlet pass, 2 defenders on her, and splits them. Sweet move in the lane for the easy 2, but the Falcons kept answering, and it was Hunter delivering. She drains the 3. Christian Brothers up 10. They take a 23-18 lead into the half. Third quarter we go. Grant trying to fight back again. It's Smith once more, this time from beyond the arc. She had a great night for the Pacers. The Falcons were just too much, though. Under a minute in the third, Pacers down 3, double it. Nelson to Alea Harmon. Falcons were starting to pull away, but then in the fourth, up to Foster. Takes one dribble, turns her back, and look who it is right behind her. It's that girl once again, Jada Hunter, hitting the 3 and adds to her 22-point night to lead Christian Brothers to the win.
We slowed down the game. We actually ran our plays instead of rushing our plays. And if somebody had an open shot, they took it.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi-Sports.com and we will send it to you digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated on scores, news, and a whole lot more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, Roseville and River City meet on the basketball court in tournament play.
Then Elk Grove and Monterey Trail girls meet on the soccer pitch. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium for our final basketball game tonight. The Roseville Tigers and River City Raiders meet in the Buck Bailey Classic out in Woodland Thursday. Junior Ethan Oakleberry scored 30 points in Roseville's first 2 games.
Yeah, and River City out of West Sac features senior Antonio Tercero, who also scored 30 points in his first 2 games. Roseville and River City meet out in Woodland on Thursday afternoon.
River City and Roseville in the Buck Bailey tournament at Woodland High, and as mentioned, Antonio Tercero can ball, opening up the game with a three-pointer. The Tigers trying to battle back from an early deficit as they nearly accomplish it thanks to 3 made threes from Ethan Holcomb in the first quarter, but the Raiders stay strong as Seth Villanueva passes to Keith Huang, who lands the corner triple. And then it's Antonio Tercero driving up the baseline and throwing down the one-handed rip, 18-11 River City. But the Tigers erase the deficit for the first time since the start of the game when Holcomb from long range drains it. Roseville with the 4-point lead here. Villanueva cuts the lead back to 2 going up and under, and then the Raiders regain control. James Brooks leads Elijah Tercero to the rack. It's 37-32 Raiders at the half. Roseville demolishes the River City lead in the third. Diego Hicks-Tippett to a wide-open Ethan Oakleberry. 47-45 Tigers, 2 minutes left in the third. Antonio Tercero, bucket in one. 49-47 River City heading into the final quarter. This Daniel Chigbu three-pointer is the tipping point for the Tigers. That shot ties the game at 51, and Roseville never looks back. Oakleberry up top to Diego Hicks-Tippett, and Roseville wins this one 60-55. Ethan Holcomb says he's excited about this team's talent.
We got all kinds of people that can board. We got a couple people that can dunk. We got shooters. We got all kinds of defensive aggressiveness. And I'm really excited for this season. I think we're going to do great.
Luke Galindo here at Monterey Trail as they get ready to host Elk Grove. A pass from Riley Hill finds Lauren Prum as she takes the ball downfield towards the left corner, gets by her defender, and shoots, curves it into the goal to give Elk Grove a lead 1-0. Now a pass from Captain Viano Nishiki finds Brianna Helger, who sneaks it past the goalie to give the Herd a lead of 2-0. Monterey Trail looking to answer back. Check this out. A free kick takes a bounce over the goalie and into the goal. What a kick from Amanda Doe. She couldn't believe it herself. Mustangs make this a 2-1 game. Now a nice steal from Tiana Johnson. Now they're bringing the ball back to Elk Grove's goal. A short pass to Amanda Doe, who gives it right back to Tiana. She shoots and she scores, tying it up at 2 with just 4 minutes left in the match. No one will score after that. This game ends in a tie. Monterey Trail 2, Elk Grove 2.
Coming up, we will choose the play of the week, so stick around.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section boys basketball top 10 poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
The Wild Man, Mark Willis, will show you some contenders first and then award the play we thought was the best of the best.
Here we go to Jesuit for soccer. Caleb Asafari to Will Sargent. The header is good. Now Laguna Creek's AD Struthers behind the back layup. Very nice. How about this dunk by Amar Nesbitt of Burbank with authority. Josiah Sanders for Argonaut. This self-tip pick. It's so good. I love it. But the play of the week's going to go to this guy right here. Rico Flores Jr. of Folsom. The one-handed slow-mo grab. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Parker Reams, nice slow-mo. Rico, you got the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. Be sure to check out Cal High Sports later on tonight. There are some games that we have that include Sacramento area teams.
Manteca, Wilcox.
Yeah, and then I think there's a couple other ones.
Yeah.
So you might want to check that out. Also for next week, we'll meet the Vacaville wrestler injured by a drunk driver, but has now bounced back to become one of the best wrestlers in the state. We'll see you then.
Right.